Hello, 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 my darlings. How are we all? Are we doing good? Sorry about that. Yeah, there's this light thing going on. Okay. There we go. Right, so I got a parcel today, and I'm very excited about this parcel because it means hopefully I'll get some tomatoes that don't die this year. Now, I know that I am under orders from Tanny to use only what is open already, or that we have bought the seeds for previously. However, we lost, as you guys, anyone who's been here for any amount of time knows, we lost over 40 plants last year to blight, and that was our entire year's supply of tomatoes. And I was gutted. We were devastated because they were coming into fruit, they were doing really well, and all of a sudden we went in there and they were dying. And as much as we tried everything we possibly could to extend their lives, it wasn't working. So this year I said to Tanny, I need to get some blight resistant tomatoes because we need some tomatoes. We need to make sure that we've got tomatoes this year so that I can make sauces and stuff from our tomatoes, because the ones that I made from the bought tomatoes that we got really didn't have a lot of flavour in them because the shop bought ones. Do you know what I mean? And I did everything that I could to get them to survive and add flavour and all of that kind of stuff. And it just didn't do the things. Do you know what I mean? It really, really didn't. So thankfully, Karen from over at Rosa's Allotment Adventures, and I will put the link to her channel down below, put us onto these. Now they are aroma style tomato, which is fabulous, and they are called Crimson Plum. Okay, they are a Crimson Plum variety, and they are an F1, so saving the seeds isn't really an option. I mean, you can, you're just not definitely going to get these. Now these are apparently completely blight resistant. I don't know if they're determinate or indeterminate. It does not say on the packet, but it does say that we can sow them from now until around about April. Now we normally do our seeds somewhere between the end of March and April, depending on what the weather's like, because we don't have anywhere indoors where we have room enough or light enough where the seeds are going to be safe from the cat who likes to eat seedlings, where we can put them. So hopefully the cover will be back on the polytunnel by then. Won't be this week, I can tell you that now. We've got back-to-back storms this week, so that ain't happening. But yeah, if you are wanting a blight resistant Roma tomato, plum tomato, Crimson Plum, they're the ones that we're going for this year. So hopefully they will do the job. Now it's so easy to find a blight resistant cherry tomato. There's hundreds of them. There's loads. Most of the blight resistant tomatoes you find are cherries. However, finding an actual plum tomato that we can use both as a fresh tomato and as cooked tomato and as a paste tomato, you know, that's really good for like sauces and stuff for canning, that kind of thing. Ooh. I'm hoping these will do the job, and I'm really hoping that they'll taste really good too, because, you know, the shop bought ones we made the sauces with last year really weren't that pleasant. So we'll just see how we go. Now, I have two other varieties of seeds that I bought from Sutton's at the same time, because, you know, I was on a seed website and I can't help myself. And if any of you out there tell me you could have just bought the Crimson Plums and not looked anywhere else or bought anything else, you're telling me porky pies. I know, I see you. Yeah, I see ya. Right, I also bought these. Now, they're white mustard seeds. White mustard tilney. This is where your white mustard seeds come from. Now, I go through hundreds of these every year. I probably go through about 200 grams worth. I probably won't grow that much or be able to harvest that much out of these. But you know what? It'll be really nice to have these, even just to collect the seeds so that I can grow more for next year. I am trying to get a better herb and spice garden going, not only for the fact that they are herbs and spices and they can add to, you know, to my cooking, and I can do more things and all of that kind of stuff, but also as a medicinal garden, and as you will see later on, a dye garden. Okay, because yeah, it's important. So I thought I'd give those a crack. I've got those, so I'm looking forward to giving those a go. They grow to apparently they only take 30 days. Within 30 days to develop a mature canopy. Within 35 to 40 days of germination, will begin to bud. Flowering period lasts around 7 to 14 days. Pods develop when the flowers over the course of the next 35 to 45 days. The seeds in those pods are mature when the pods begin to turn from green to tan or brown. Simple enough, isn't it? So I'm going to give those a go. We'll see how we go. Now, those of you who know me know I like my greens, and I love any kind of greens. I love chard, I love spinach, I love brassicas. I will eat pretty much anything as long as it's green. Tanny won't, which is great because that means I get it all to myself, and I'm not that I'm greedy or anything, but you know. Anywho, so I found one that I have been wanting to try fresh again. I haven't been able to find it fresh for maybe 6 years. So I decided I wanted to grow it myself, and that is callaloo, which is a Caribbean kind of green spinach variety. And I thought, you know what, I'd love to give that one a go. I really, really would love to give that one a go. Now, you don't have to sow this one till May, but it will keep on harvesting until October, from July to October. So I'm not going to argue with that. That's a really good one. And look at those beautiful flowers. I mean, you know, you can't argue with that. That's so pretty. That's so pretty. Now, I touched on earlier, one of the things that I do, and one of the things that I've been known for, and one of the things that the Blue Pixie is very well known for in certain circles, is costume design and creation, period costume design and creation. And I specialize in Dark Ages to medieval times. And if you, or even Viking era, anywhere from Viking upwards, basically, to about 1600s. So one of the things I wanted to do was have my own dye garden, because a lot of the traditional dyes are made from plants and minerals, etc. And the one that is very well known within Celtic circles for their beautiful blue dye is woad. And I finally got myself some woad. And I will be using that. One of the other things I want to get is some indigo at some point, some indigo plants, and do my own indigo as well. But I wanted to start growing woad so that I had part of my dye garden going, so that I could start doing my own fabrics and stuff again, which I miss. I'm not gonna lie. So that's on the cards. That won't be doing this year though. Okay, I can't really, as you guys know, we are in a bit of a limbo period where we don't know from month to month or week to week even if we're going to be moving. And we've been in this situation for nearly 3 years. Last year we thought we would only have a couple of months because we'd been put on the top band for being moved, and we're still here 12 months later. So all of our growing gets done in containers so that we can just pick it up and take it with us, apart from the fact that we live under restrictions that say that we are not supposed to be putting our garden beds anywhere, because this is a communal space, a communal garden, and therefore there is a blanket rule across the board for everybody in the city of York. So there you go, that's what we're doing. But I do have plans to have a dye garden at some point, and that will be coming up hopefully in the next 12 months at some point. I really hope it will do. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, so I've got some blight resistant tomatoes this year. I'm really hoping that, you know, they're going to come good and we're not going to have to worry about them. That would be fantastic. Yeah, and the start of the seeds for my dye garden, which is also very exciting. So yeah, loads of things happening, loads of stuff getting ready for, loads of stuff that we're trying to organize and what have you. What blight resistant varieties are you growing this year for your tomatoes, etc.? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, I will see you guys later on. I love you guys heaps. Blessings.